Just a quick note at the top, we will be taking off tomorrow through the end of the week for Thanksgiving, and we will see you again on Monday. Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Welcome to day 1036. A Colorado judge ruled that Trump engaged in an insurrection, but said the 14th Amendment doesn't apply to presidents because the provision explicitly bans insurrectionists from serving as senators, representatives, and presidential electors, meaning Trump can still appear on that state's presidential primary ballot next year. However, the group that filed the lawsuit appealed the ruling, saying no court should adopt an interpretation of the Constitution that has such absurd results. Trump has also appealed the decision, taking issue with the judge's finding that he engaged in the January 6th insurrection. The case is expected to eventually reach the U.S. Supreme Court. Meanwhile, Israel and Hamas are near a truce deal to release some hostages seized by Hamas in exchange for a pause in the fighting in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called for the Israeli government to back the proposed deal that could include around 50 women and children being exchanged for about 150 Israeli-held Palestinian prisoners and lead to a pause in the fighting for 4 to 5 days. As part of the deal, Israel would also allow around 300 aid trucks per day to enter Gaza from Egypt. The numbers are subject to change, and the deal could still fall apart. As Netanyahu convened his cabinet for a vote, he emphasized that a pause in fighting to get hostages out would not lead to a ceasefire, saying there is nonsense out there as if after the pause in fighting, we will stop the war. We are at war and we will continue it until we achieve all the objectives. We will eliminate Hamas, return all the hostages, and guarantee that there will be no element in Gaza that threatens Israel. And finally, the owner of the social media company formerly known as Twitter sued a nonprofit organization for defamation after it published research highlighting anti-Semitic and pro-Nazi content on the social media platform. Last week, Media Matters reported that X, or Twitter, has been placing ads for major brands like Apple, Amazon, and IBM next to content that touts Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party. Multiple businesses, including IBM, Apple, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Sony, Comcast, and Disney, subsequently suspended their advertising on the platform. Elon Musk, meanwhile, endorsed an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory last week, which has been widely criticized, including by the White House. Shortly after Musk filed his thermonuclear lawsuit, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton opened an investigation into Media Matters for potential fraudulent activity. Media Matters called the lawsuits frivolous and said the organization stands behind its reporting and looks forward to winning in court. Separately, more than 24 House Democrats accused Elon Musk of profiting off violent content by a terrorist organization and demanded that he address Hamas-related content on the social media platform that has become a hotbed of misinformation and terrorist propaganda. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.